Hello guys, welcome back to another Boom Beach video. Today, Bull Cable invited us. We're going to be doing a podcast talking about some update ideas.
And I'm here. Let's kick this off. We have a couple, ideas coming into this. Christian had a pretty good idea. Would you like to?
So basically, we need to do something. Boom Beach needs to bring out some type of update in order to bring back the game from the dead. Because if you don't know, Boom Beach is pretty dead right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I would not like to see their basically active player on this game. It's probably not very high.
Yeah, once you get high level, it gets boring. Once you're low level, it's just a grind. So they need to bring out something somewhat fun. So what I was thinking is maybe they can bring out some type of speed run built into the game, Dr. Tear speed run. So basically, what would happen is you go to Dr. T when it pops up, and you basically hit like start speed run. What Jimmy? Jimmy just tried to lick me. You'd hit start speedrun, and basically the timer, it wouldn't be on the screen, but your timer is going to be in the game internally, and it's going to be counting your time, and whoever, it will count how much time it takes for you to defeat all 7 Dr. T stages. And at the end, it will place you on a leaderboard, and basically, at the end of the day, whoever has the best time, or the top 100 people who have the best speedrun time, then they would get some type of reward. So it would give them an incentive to try to get this achievement.
So is this a timer for all 7 stages, or is this each individual stage?
It'd be for all 7 stages. So
Cumulatively.
as soon as you hit start speedrun on stage 1, it will go, the time will keep going, and then it will stop as soon as stage 7 blows up.
Right, I see. So between each stage of the speedrun, you basically, this might encourage people to diamond. Does the timer stop after the battles?
No.
Each individual stage is ended?
No, it'd keep going. So yeah, you'd want to diamond up your troops. It's just like a speed run. We do like a challenge, kind of what Reversal started. But yeah. And if you tried to like reload the app, the timer would stop. But that's just an idea I had to kind of bring players closer, because I feel like there's the top leaderboard, there's a local leaderboard, and then there's a task force leaderboard, but there's like nothing for this regular players. So I feel like if they bring out a variety of skills that have different leaderboards, then a variety of players would essentially be getting rewards. So it wouldn't be just like diamonders and grinders. It'd be more like speedrunners or I don't know, other ideas.
Like all the other leaderboards, I guess, are just full of max players. This one could be done by, anyone with
Like maxed warriors, I guess, could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like it, but I think you probably should just make it so like each individual stage is timed, and then all the stages are added together. So it gives people time between each stage to like recover from that stage
I
and
guess.
get on to the next one. But yeah, that's good. Obviously, adding more like competition to the game encourages people to come back, and yeah, people don't really care about high level victory points anymore.
Right,
To be
yep.
perfectly honest with you. And task forces. Well, when was the last time you looked at the task force leaderboards? There you go. Simple as that.
I
No
looked
one
at it
looks-
today.
Well, unless you're in a task force, a competitive task force, then you're not really going to look. But yeah, I do like that. Another idea, obviously, task force versus task force, that is basically been said. You can do your own thing with that.
Right.
Bringing a task force event for your own task force is pretty good, a good idea as well. But just how to do that? How do you guys think you could really make it so that you could stick with your own task force, but do like almost like, I want to say weekly events or every 2 days, ones that can't be like physically started, so you have to prepare for it.
Okay, so they could have these like in-game tournaments, maybe of 50 task forces or something. So it'd basically be like a cross between Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, where every time you beat the opponent the other task force, then you move up a slot. So you
Yeah,
could
I like
essentially like get to the end, and your task force would all get rewards from it. So instead of like doing a overall leaderboard, it'd just be like a leaderboard of like 50 different task forces that are all active. Maybe they get like weekly average intel that would tell them that, okay, this is pretty active task force. So the task force would come together as a whole and try to beat other task forces.
So it's almost like a ladder, and you're trying to climb up the ladder
Yeah.
in terms of task forces, and there'll be maybe you get set in a set group within. So it's not like task force versus task force in a way. It's like you're viewing maybe 50 people in like a tournament kind of thing. Is
Yeah,
that what you? Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds good. That's definitely a really good idea. Another idea that I thought of is basically say level 40 and above. So you're a pretty experienced player, you've played it for quite a long time, you're level 40. So I don't know what HQ level that is, maybe level 18? I don't know.
No, it'd
I'm not
not
really
be.
sure.
Maybe like 14 or
14?
15. Yeah.
So you haven't unlocked all the troops by then. So basically, this wouldn't be a weekly. This could add into the cycle, but it could just be its own cycle. It could be every 3 days or whatever. It doesn't have to be with the same cycle. Basically, you will be given a base set, the Supercell make. It's a set base. It works like the 7 stages of Hammerman, so there will be seven stages of Doctor Terror. There will be 7 stages to this, but they provide you with the troop combo for this. All you need to do is pay into it with gold, and basically it would encourage the community to talk a bit more about how to take down each stage, because it's the same for everybody, no matter what statues you're running, what level your troops are. Everyone has the same level of troops. Everyone starts with the same gumbo energy. And they can
Right.
really play about with this. They could play about with this, make it so you have one boat of heavies and, I don't know, the rest medics.
Yeah.
And you just have to use your gumbo energy to try and figure out how to take down the space. Almost like a puzzle.
Yeah.
And it would encourage people to play the game and go in the forums more. And yeah, it would just make people talk more and go and use Task Force chat to talk about how to take this down and make it like a really big feature and make it like a really cool thing to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It
I
goes
mean-
with the Boom Beach slogan, come with a plan or leave in defeat.
Yep,
True.
it does.
But I feel like some people might kind of oppose it because they'll be like, okay, I'm level 40 and 100,000 gold for me or 50,000 gold, whatever the team decides. That's a lot for me because I have a lot of armory upgrades versus someone who's maxed. They're getting the same chances,
Yeah.
but they have maxed out gold.
That's true also.
The only way you could ever do that is the gold to enter the event is basically dependent on your HQ level or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that'd
So
work.
it
be like
is a
10%
lot,
of your
but
gold.
not a lot. You want it so that they can't just keep they can't do like 15 in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be a set amount. I mean, for someone like me, maybe 100,000 gold is probably about right. I mean, I would quite happily play 100,000.
I would
Maybe
too.
maybe actually maybe not. Well,
I-
yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah, we've got nothing else to spend the gold on anyway. I've maxed
Right.
out everything in the army. You could, yeah, that's it. That's
So-
all you could really do.
Would the attacks carry over, or would it be like
No,
one
it'll be a
attack?
set different troop combo for each stage.
Okay, so would like you attack and you fail, would the attack damage stay there till the next battle, or would it reset?
No, because that'd be too easy. Because
Yeah,
it's not
true.
it's not designed for like a mega crab
Yeah.
or
Operation or
yeah.
Gearheart?
you could even introduce that same sort of concept within task forces, so everyone in the task force has to have a certain troop combo.
Right.
Make it basic troops, so make it so it's available to everyone. So make it so this is a heavy only base. This is you can use rifleman medics to take down this, and you have to work together. And then they obviously can make the base a little bit easier. So it would also encourage. I mean, basically, if you've looked at any high level gameplay of some of these task forces, it's all Zuka gameplay, just pure
Right.
smoky Zuka, and that would also encourage to basically stop that. But that would be changing task forces altogether. So you'd have to have a separate event for that.
Yeah. What I like about this idea is Like lower level players, they get a chance to try out combinations that they don't have, like Scorchers or
Yeah.
Crowniers. It just gives them, yeah, they're crying, Jimmy. They're crying because they're so bad. It gives them,
Yes.
it gives them like a way to test out the new strategies, and I feel like people would stop saying, "Oh, Boom Beach is only for," or "Boom Beach is designed for high level players,"
Yes.
because it's like incorporating all different levels. Like some newer level players all think, "Oh, level 40 is so high up," but honestly, like compared to, I mean, like level 52 is like halfway in the game, like
You
XP
don't even
wise.
need level 40. You could just maybe level 20. You
Yeah,
just makes it so that the rewards they get for doing the event is just less. It's all balanced.
right.
Everyone can do the 7 stages regardless. But it's not like Dr. T where everyone has the fixed same loot
Hmm.
within each stage. So that is just such, I think that would make everyone, no matter what level you are, talk. You know,
Yeah,
I think it'd be good.
it'd be more like team building, which would be good because
Yeah.
that's what we need to bring the community
So it
back from the
doesn't
dead.
matter what stage you're on. And it would also mean for task forces as well, they could maybe let some lower players in because the lower players can, if you do the task force if you go down the task force route, um, you could also implement this kind of same idea within task force versus task forces. So you're being another task force and it works exactly the same way as it normally does, but it's a free attack. You get given the troops to take down this base, and everyone in the task force can attack, no matter what level you are. So it means everyone's on the same level. No one needs to have huge combo energy statues, um, and it would mean that it's the task force that is the smartest that
Right.
takes down the bases. I
Yeah,
think that would be good.
definitely. Um, they just need to do something with task forces because I've always
Yeah.
felt that task forces are like a separate part of Boom Beach. Like
Hmm.
there's like in Clash of Clans, I guess you could kind of like say that Clash of Clans is one whole game, but for Boom Beach, there's so many different there's so much different stuff in it. Like there's task forces, which is kind of separate. There's events, which is kind of separate. There's like mini games like the submarine, that's kind of separate, and then there's just day-to-day attacking, which is separate. So if they found a way to kind of like bring all of that together in some team building activity, which would be this great idea of yours, I think that's what they need to bring back the game.
But
Yeah.
didn't like Boom Beach earlier talk about like how they didn't want like I guess like interaction with other people to like define the game or
I mean, they said when
Yeah, they did say that. They
when
wanted
they,
it to be a solo experience, but you need
Mhm.
other things like that. I mean,
I
look
think they
what
should get rid
that's
of that
got them. Look where
mentality.
that's got them. They need to
yeah,
think it's not a solo game. Clash relies on community.
yes,
Clash Royale is a multiplayer game. That is the way it goes. Single player games don't last that long.
yep,
It's like anything, any game on any console, device, PC. Multiplayer games last longer than single player games.
definitely.
And
For sure.
obviously, they might introduce a few little sneaky features to make themselves get some more diamonds out of it. Like obviously that
I
idea might not be encouraging in terms of their finances. It's only gold you're spending.
They're getting
Uh,
enough money. They need to stop thinking about the money and start thinking about how to save the game from dying.
But just think, the more money they're making, the more they're going to be like, oh, I like this money, and they're going to be striving to make a better game, I guess.
but in theory, if you go down the route of not earning money, you are bringing players back in, which will spend money in other ways
That's true.
into the game.
I guess they have to get
Uh,
their stuff
yeah.
together before they focus on making money.
Yep.
We don't need another HQ level. We'll just leave that under the table. Let's scrap that. We
Yep.
don't need another HQ level. We just need it. Another new troop, improve the Craniers, or a new troop. Nah, maybe not new troop. Doesn't matter. I'd like a new troop. Not necessary.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. It's not gonna bring the game back.
Yep.
If you bring
The
a new troop out.
Cryoneers didn't bring the game back.
The Cryoneers brought it back to basically for us just to go back off it again because it was so bad.
Yeah. Like, what does a new troop even bring you? Like, it allows you to like test out a new attack strategy, but once you like if you clear a map, you get bored of the same attack strategy. And they don't make it very easy to like switch attack strategies when you're clearing your map without
Yes.
using a ton of diamonds. So I feel like even if they bring out any new troops or any new gumbo abilities, it's not going to save the game. It's just going to be exciting at first, but then it's going to go back to boring.
Yeah, they need
Yes.
something to like preserve it for the long time,
This, yep.
like a
It's-
multiplayer thing.
Yeah, it has to be multiplayer. It has to be multiplayer. It has to involve other players in some way. It has to, or encourage discussion. I mean, you need to build the community back up, build the forums back up, build everything back up. And just a way in doing that would just revive the game so much.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mega Crab's good, but what? The Mega Crab is not going to keep players playing it for a month when the Mega Crab only lasts, 3 days?
Yep.
They'll just go straight back off it. Fun at the time, but I mean, how often do they don't even announce when they're going to put these Mega Crabs out.
Yeah. Like
It's just a surprise.
they did so good the first time by sending all these YouTubers like timers, and the YouTubers hyped it up so much, and I think that's why it was so fun, because they hyped it
Yeah,
up.
it was like it was like almost like what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? That was probably the biggest spike. I noticed there was a lot of people. It was just so good at that
Yeah.
time. It was so exciting. And then they disappear.
Yep.
Like
Whenever they
Boom
make
Beach,
the
like
YouTubers
the
involved.
the team just disappear, and it's like what's happening? So yeah,
I mean-
nothing's happened now. Oh, we got a new update. Oh, it was just another HQ level. And
Like
another clip. And then we go down, and then it's like, like we want something big. Adam, the biggest update for me. I mean, I've never been so excited for when Task Forces came out. It was unbelievable.
yes.
It was so exciting.
It
I
was
like,
so
"Oh,
fun."
no." Oh, that was so fun at the time because it didn't have it. And if introducing another feature like that where you communicate with people would be so good, and I think it would just bring it back.
Yeah. Like Boom Beach needs to look back at the history of Boom Beach and just like look and see what worked and what didn't work. And any time like the Boom Beach game probably made the most revenue, or people loved the game, YouTubers got a ton of views, that was when they communicated to the YouTubers. They gave the YouTubers something to hype up about, and that caused the viewers to hype up about it.
Yes.
So
What they should do is like send out like ideas to the forums or something and see how like people on the forums respond. I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I completely understand. I remember when they done like I think it was on Reddit. They were just asking questions. Like keep people feel like they're being listened to.
Yeah, informed.
Yeah, yeah. Keep the community involved in what's happening. It just makes a huge difference. Obviously, not every player looks at social media, looks at all these kinds of things. Even a wee in-game feature and how you can communicate with the players in the game without them needing to go on different platforms to look and see what's happening. Obviously you've got the message board, but even just a little message saying, "Oh, look what the Boom Beach team's doing today," or whatever, and just an image, or I don't know. It just needs
Yeah.
something
What is the
just
Boom
to
Beach
keep
team?
them so that they're actually
Nothing.
doing things.
Yep. So I
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
it all comes down to like hyping it up and giving stuff to certain people to hype up about.
Yeah,
it.
the YouTube community really makes it.
A fun game.
Yeah, the YouTube.
Yeah.
A lot
Definitely.
of YouTube is like the.
Like they could bring out this amazing update with exactly like our event that we wanted, and it wouldn't like get received because it wasn't hyped up. Like it makes it infinitely better if they hype up about it. But
The hype is just the marketing.
yeah,
It's just all marketing. That's just whether you make anything. Obviously, the marketing has to be good, but it has to be a good idea. At the end of the day, if they don't market it very well, if it's a great idea, it will grow again in itself. People will talk
mean-
about it.
Mhm.
You could hype up a brand new headquarters, whatever. Would it bring people back?
No.
Probably not.
yeah. I mean,
It wouldn't bring you. Forget about headquarters. It's only going to bring back maybe the people that are at the top. It's not going to bring. It might even scare away some players.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh my goodness, I've got even more to go. You want the players, Boom Beach team, look at, you must have some sort of stats and have a look at what are the active player base, what HQ levels are these players, and try and almost cut the boundary. You need something. Task forces, you have not cut the boundary with that. You have to be high level, or people are not gonna want you in a high level task force. Some sort of event where everyone can take part of, everyone counts. If you're a skilled player, that's what stands out. That's what stands out. Not what level you are, not how much money you've put into the game. That is basically what it is.
Definitely.
Yes. That's exactly what needs to revive this game. We've actually started talking about events. Now we're talking about how the natural sort of wave just started talking about Boom Beach is dead. I love that. I love how the topic just completely changed.
Yeah.
It had to be said. It had to be said.
It had to be said.
It's the elephant in the room.
It's just sitting there and no one in the Boom Beach community really wants to talk about it and say,
we're gonna eat a
Boom
scorpion
Beach
chip.
is dying, and Boom Beach will know this. They'll see the revenue cut down. I mean, I don't know what happens. I don't know what their budget is. I don't know how much budget they have put up. I don't even know if they've still got all their staff. I don't know anything.
Yeah. I mean, if you look like on the credits in game, they have like 30 staff. I haven't counted them all, but it looks like about 30 actual staff on the team. And when they launched the game, they only had like 15. So they definitely hired a bunch of new people. I don't know if they're still on the game or if
I presume some of them went over to Clash Royale.
Yeah.
I would definitely assume that. Or let's just say, we all know they're probably making another game right now as well.
Probably.
I mean, they want to increase their game. I mean, they probably created Clash Royale for the past year and a half, 2 years. They're going to be starting creating a game right now.
They don't really think about like long-term goals for like video games. They more like try to make as much money as we can off a game and then kind of kill the game off and then start a new game.
They made a crap ton off of Clash Royale because the people who spend like $10,000 on it.
And they hyped it
The
up.
only reason Clash of Clans and Clash Royale are so big because it's got a really good competitive task force versus task force. They stream these things. Look what they do. You can go down to events, watch clans versus clans. Clash Royale, you can watch player versus player. Where's the Boom Beach? We're going to watch someone play Boom Beach. Oh yeah, I took that NPC base down 100 times. That's well interesting to watch. Like it doesn't actually, there's nothing to watch.
Yeah.
There's nothing to watch. There's no variety. That's why there would never be a BoomCon, because there's nothing like that.
I mean, a BoomCon would still be pretty cool.
A BoomCon would be really cool, but let's be honest, you're going to go to a BoomCon. What are you going to do at a BoomCon?
I mean,
Talk about how it's
suppose
dead.
then you could argue what do you do at ClashCon,
Yeah.
You could bring it that.
I'm just like thinking about like BoomCon as in
Supercellcon.
no.
Supercellcon.
More like just a way for the community just to talk about the game and just like, I mean, I just want like special items, limited edition Boom Beach items, because I'm kind of obsessed with like merchandise. Any type of merchandise I'm obsessed with. So when like Boom Beach sent us our t-shirts, I framed them and put them on a wall because I just love looking at them, and I love just merchandise that you can't see in the game and people you can't just buy off any website. I love limited edition stuff. So if they were to have a BoomCon, I feel like maybe a limited edition virtual item could be given out to all of us players. Just something, But that's not a big priority for me. A big priority is fixing the game first.
Fixing the game and get back onto the topic with events. Not BoomCon.
I missed it. My headphone fell out.
We've moved to BoomCon, possible BoomCon now, and we were talking about possible events in the beach.
Yeah.
But we've basically said all the events now, haven't we? You could do anything. I mean, they've got a full team there. They've got a full team.
They could think of
Someone's
something.
brought this up. Someone has brought this up maybe once. Just little things, just back on the community. I mean, go onto the forums, listen to people's ideas. there's maybe only 200 active, 100 active users on the forum at any one time. Just look at some of the posts and just it will keep people coming back to comment on the forums if you reply to them. So they feel like they're listened to. If you just look through all the posts, it's not a single Supercell replied in ages. Now it just feels like their post gets put there, one person replies, and then it just gets sunk down, and then it just disappears into nothing, and they're not being listened to. They click off the forums, bye-bye, I'm not coming back.
Yep. Yeah.
That's another thing in terms of the forums. So we've said all the ideas, haven't we?
I had this idea a long time ago. Basically, like, it comes back to being paired up with a bunch of different people. But basically, you get paired up with a bunch of people around your victory point level and your current level, your experience level. Like, maybe 50 players, and you'd have a variety of, like, tasks that you have to complete. And basically, when you complete a task, you get, like, a point or something like that. So a task would be, like, collect 1 million resources from players or take down 5 resource bases. Just, like, a bunch of little stuff that they can do that kind of, like, brings the game back to core. Like, it kind of, like, weaves the game so it's all one type of game and not a bunch of little mini games like we discussed earlier. Basically, who has the most points at the end gets, like, a big reward or something like that. So
yes,
it could be, like, it would last for, like, 7 days or something, and it'd be, like, who could defend the most during that time, or who can take down the most resource bases, or who can get the most loot. Just little stuff.
The only thing about things like that is we don't know how much active players are on this, how varied the levels are. So they know themselves, if they want to make it so that it's obviously searching for players that are at set victory points or whatever, or they want to introduce it to everybody, these things, so everybody's in the same sort of a leaderboard, some sort of leaderboards where everybody's in the mix, not just the high level players.
Yes.
It has to be something. It has to be something like that. They know they've got less players in the game, so they have to do something like that.
And an
it's not going to work.
Yeah, and an incentive if you get to the top, like Mega Crab. People spent thousands of diamonds, like just gymming up troops, thousands of power powder boosting, and they don't get anything from it. Like, that's messed up. They should have at least gotten, like, a sweet emblem or something.
Yes, that's the other thing. If they make this event free for everybody, basically, they're going to try and integrate a wee way in terms of how people will spend diamonds. We don't, as much as they would love to do it, and they'll go straight for this idea, but please, if you're going to make an event, don't make it so you have to spend diamonds.
Like Mega
basically
Crab.
Be good in the leaderboards.
Yep.
You can't, I know they would love that, but you can't make it so the top player on the leaderboards, yes, he's the one that spends the most diamonds. You know?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ran over. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We wrap it up.
Yeah.
Right. So I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'll leave the CosmicDuo channel in the description of mine, and he'll probably leave mine in his. And that's really it. You want to say any goodbyes?
Thank you guys so much for watching and having us over here on Bull Cable's channel. Again, if you want to check out our channel, just go click the link in the description. We just post a bunch of Boom Beach videos, so if you want to see some fun videos, not just like gameplay, then you could come over. But yeah, thanks again, Bull Cable.
Thank you. And that's pretty much it. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Boop. That was pretty good. I think that was pretty good.
That's okay. Yeah.
I think that was okay. I think that went pretty smooth.
I
I mean, there was obviously a little chuckle at the start, but that can be cut out.
Oh yeah.
All right, see you later, man.
I was cringing the whole time. Like, not cringing, like smirking the whole time.
Yeah. We're just derailing on Supercell.
Not Supercell.
Yeah. The whole video is Supercell. Get your bulletproof vests out. This is a lot of shots are being fired.
Yep. Oh, that was awesome.
It could just be called Super Boom Beach Team Rant. It was, I just diverted so much from
You
that.
did.
I think 90% of that was not about events. But it's still
Yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah.
I'll actually send that video to the community manager and let him listen to it.
Good. Good.
I want him to listen to our opinions.
Definitely.
Right. That's pretty much it. That's just an hour and 40 minutes is a long time to talk.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll probably get another episode anytime in the next, I don't know, whenever you're free. I'm not even that bothered.
Okay, cool.
Because we could talk about a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to actually think up ideas before we come together, so
Yes.
I would just kind of streamline the process. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Not a bunch of little mini games like we discussed earlier. So basically, who has the most points at the end gets like a big reward or something like that. So
Yes.
it could be like it would last for like 7 days or something, and it'd be like who could defend the most during that time, or who can take down the most resource bases, or who can get the most loot. Just
Yes.
little stuff.
The only thing about things like that is we don't know how much active players are on this, how varied the levels are. So they know themselves, if they want to make it so that it's obviously searching for players that are at set victory points or whatever, or they want to introduce it to everybody, these things, so everybody's in the same sort of a leaderboard, some sort of leaderboards where everybody's in the mix, not
Yep.
just the hype level players.
Yes.
It has to be something. It has to be something like that. They know they've got less players in the game, so they have to do something like that.
And an
or it's not
incentive.
going to work.
Yeah, and an incentive if you get to the top, like Mega Crab. People spent thousands of diamonds, like just
Yes.
gymming up troops, thousands of power powder boosting, and they don't get anything from it. Like, that's messed up. They should have at least gotten like a sweet emblem or something.
Yes, that's the other thing. If they make this event free for everybody, basically, they're going to try and integrate a wee way in terms of how people will spend diamonds. We don't, as much as they would love to do it, and they'll go straight for this idea, but please, if you're going to make an event, don't make it so you have to spend diamonds
Like
to
Mega
basically
Crab.
be good in the leaderboards.
Yep.
You can't, I know they would love that, but you can't make it so the top player on the leaderboards, yes, he's the one that spends the most diamonds. You know,
Yes.
there you go.
Yeah.
Ran over. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Shall we wrap it up?
Yeah.
Right. So I hope you guys really enjoyed. I'll leave the Cosmic Duo channel in the description of mine, and he'll probably leave mine in his. And that's really it. You want to say any goodbyes?
Thank you guys so much for watching and having us over here on Bull Cable's channel. Again, if you want to check out our channel, just go click the link in the description. We just post a bunch of Boom Beach videos, so if you want to see some fun videos, not just like gameplay,
Yeah.
then you could come over. But yeah, thanks again, Bull Cable.
Thank you. And that's pretty much it. Bye-bye.
Peace out.